This three-part model is one way that I can ask myself whether I'm on track or not when it comes to where my mind is at. So let's suppose that there's three different modes of living or going about your day. One is passive, where you feel helpless, you complain about things that are outside of your control, right? Sort of like victim thinking, okay? If you're at all familiar with self-help and personal development, then you probably don't spend a lot of time here. However, you might spend a lot of time in this category, which is it's kind of like active living, living actively, but you're thinking about it. You're thinking about the goals and what you want to achieve, thinking about doing things, thinking about going on that hike, but you're not actually doing it. You're just spending a lot of time thinking about it, right? And then there's this third category of living actively, but you're actually doing those things that you actively want to do. So the reason I'm making this video is that this morning I caught myself spending a little too much time here, and ironically enough, it was about making this very video. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make that video soon, right? And I caught myself just thinking about it when actually I could just click record and make the video, which is what I'm doing right now. So I brought myself back into this category. Now, here's how I conceptualize this. It's like a metaphor or analogy. This middle column, I imagine it like a football field. So you have these yardages or whatever, and your goal is to move up the field. But why does this analogy work? Because on the sides of the field, this is out of bounds. These are the sidelines. So clearly here, anything that you do is not going to contribute to the scoreboard. It's not going to put points on the scoreboard. And obviously, if you're going to be living passively, thinking like a victim, you won't get anywhere. What's deceptive, though, is that when you're on this other sideline, which is active thinking, and you're practicing these throws or whatever, you're warming up, that doesn't count, right? You can make a big long pass on the sidelines. If your receiver catches it out of bounds, it doesn't count. So similarly, if you're going to be thinking about all of the things that you want to do and want to achieve, you're not actually doing them. And it's very deceptive, because to the mind, in your own imagination, you are doing them, right? So it's almost like a trick, right? Your mind almost gets tricked into thinking that you accomplish things during the day when in actuality you just thought about them. Now, if you're on the field and you're making passes and the pass is completed, that's reality right there. So that actually counts. And one more point I'm going to make, whether it's cheesy or not, any pass that you throw on the field could be complete or incomplete, right? So let's say you throw a few passes and some of them are incomplete. No big deal. Maybe you tried a few things to get closer to your goals and they didn't work. That's not really a big deal, because you just figure out how you need to pass differently, and then it will be a complete pass. The difference is that if you practice that passing here, none of that's going to count. On the field, you just got to try stuff. Some of it will work, some of it won't. But that's the only way to move forward and to gain yardage. It's, are you on the field or are you on the sidelines? So that's the question I'll leave you with.